There's a quiet moment that many of us know well, scrolling through results, listening to stories, watching others move faster, achieve more, look better, get there sooner. And suddenly, without meaning to, we begin to compare. Tonight, I want to talk about why comparing ourselves to others slowly drains our joy. And more importantly, how we can teach ourselves to stop doing it. Not perfectly, but gently. Comparison is deeply human. Psychologist Leon Festinger, who introduced social comparison theory, explained that we compare ourselves to others to understand our abilities, progress, and place in the world. Comparison itself isn't the enemy. The problem is how we compare and what we do with the result. When comparison becomes the measure of our worth, peace quietly disappears. Tonight, we'll explore why comparison is so tempting, why it's so misleading, and how to return to something quieter, truer, and far more sustainable: running your own race. Psychologist Brené Brown reminds us that comparison often happens in silence and shame. We compare someone else's visible outcome with our invisible context. We don't see their full story. We don't see their starting point, their body, their age, their resources, their history. And yet, we judge ourselves as if all those variables were equal. They never are. Social psychologist Thomas Massweiler has shown that people tend to compare upward toward those who appear more successful or further ahead. Research suggests that upward comparison can inspire when success feels attainable, but often leads to discouragement when it feels out of reach. When the gap feels too large, comparison doesn't motivate, it erodes confidence. I want to share something personal. I run on a regular basis, and I have friends who run faster than me. They're younger or more experienced, lighter, their bodies recover differently, their lives allow for different training rhythms. There was a time when I looked at their results and felt smaller, slower, behind, not enough. But then something shifted. I realized I'm not running their race. I'm running mine. My body, my age, my responsibilities, my history. And suddenly the comparison lost its grip. Not because I became faster, but because I became fairer to myself. Psychologist Carol Dweck explains that when people adopt a fixed view of ability, comparison becomes threatening rather than informative. Instead of asking, "How am I learning?" we ask, "What does this say about me?" That shift turns growth into judgment and curiosity into pressure. But there are some things we can do to teach ourselves not to compare. Instead of ranking yourself, ask, am I showing up consistently? Am I learning compared to yesterday? Author James Clear, who synthesizes research on habits and behavior change, emphasizes identity-based growth. Not how do I rank, but who am I becoming through repetition? Whenever comparison appears, gently remind yourself, they are different from me in ways I cannot see. They are not my baseline. This isn't denial, it's realism. Researcher Kristin Neff, a pioneer in self-compassion research, shows that treating ourselves with kindness, not criticism, leads to greater resilience and motivation. Try saying, "This is my pace. This is my time. This is enough for today." There is a difference Inspiration feels expansive. Comparison feels constricting. If someone else's success makes you curious, hopeful, or motivated, that's inspiration. If it makes you feel smaller, ashamed, and inadequate, that's comparison. Learning to notice that emotional signal is powerful. So much of comparison happens in races no one asked us to run, invisible competitions, unspoken rankings. But life isn't a leaderboard, and growth isn't linear. You are allowed to move at a pace that supports your health, your values, your nervous system. Comparison doesn't tell you the truth about your worth. It only tells you that you're measuring yourself against the wrong standard. Your job isn't to be faster than others. It's to be honest with yourself. Consistent, kind, present. Just like running, life gets quieter and more meaningful when you stop looking sideways and start listening inward. Run your race at your own pace, in your body. This is where peace lives. Good night, my friend.